Have you ever thought about the power of social media? Social media has the power to make your business grow. Grow! Yeah! Why don't you let us manage your social media? Because our business is to see your business grow. Visit us at www.bstownmedia.co.za.
Sure. So we've seen now for many years there's this gap growing between IT practice and the business practice, and that leads to a lot of confrontations internally and a lot of conflict, and it's been widening more recently now that we have this very fast-moving generation of cloud services. So our advice to customers is look for ways to bridge that gap, look for ways to bring that back together. Both sides can benefit. It doesn't have to be one side winning and one side losing.
So I think it's very much a process-driven scenario. When it comes to the business will have certain requirements. So when you start talking about closing gaps, you got to start talking specifically about what those gaps are and how do we bridge them. The unfortunate reality of the situation is that there are gaps that are going to pop up everywhere. So what we do from a Huawei perspective is we have a lot of offerings that can assist in bridging gaps, closing holes, and extending services and capabilities outside of what most people would be used to. It's very much a consultative process. It's one about understanding each other so that you can better derive exactly what the requirements are from business and from Huawei, and then be able to go forward and be able to make those gaps smaller, less, and produce more effective results as you move forward.
As the saying goes, the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. Second best time is today. So the best time to start is now. You should have started many years ago, but if you haven't, do it. There are a lot of concerns here as we go through generations of technology that we're going to make previous generations of skills obsolete, that we're going to have mass retrenchments, that we don't have the skills available to fill, that we're going to have to go on massive education drives and so on. We look at a lot of organizations who have really big IT operations and a lot of headcount. We can see these changes coming a couple of years down the road. Yet the time to be looking at this stuff is now. Start to have a look at your teams, have a look at what skills are going to become important, have a look at how you can reskill and upskill, have a look at mentorship programs, have a look at running internships, bring in students, for example, do work experience, start to expose them to this kind of environment, start to produce those skills.
So one of the biggest problems that you typically tend to find is that people don't actually know what they have. They know they have something, but they don't know what it is. There are some prime examples of it's very much the tail wagging the dog. So you sit in a situation where you have to go in and you have to educate them about what they have in order for them to understand what they have. So it becomes quite a delicate process, because sometimes you might unearth stuff that they didn't know was there, and then they turn around and they say, "Wow, okay, and then finger pointing starts. So a consultation has to be a hand-holding process. It has to be done between two entities who are prepared to walk the path together and understand that there might be stumbles along the way. But the whole essence of the consultation is to make them understand what they have, which will obviously give you as a partner a better understanding from that perspective. So you will be able to derive solutions and capabilities that will best match what they have.
like these, go to www.social-tv.co.za, subscribe to us on YouTube, and follow us on our social mediums.